Hello everyone. Today we will see the detailed summary of The Last Lesson. The Last Lesson is a deeply emotional short story written by Alphonse Daudet, set during the time of the Franco Prussian War. After France was defeated by Prussia, the districts of Alsace and Lorraine came under Prussian control. An official order was issued from Berlin that only German would be taught in schools. French language instructions was banned. The story shows how this political decision emotionally affects a small classroom and a young boy named Franz. The story is narrated by Franz, a schoolboy who is afraid of attending school because he has not prepared his lesson on participles. On his way to school, he notices Prussian soldiers drilling and a crowd gathered near the town hall bulletin board. For 2 years, all the bad news about the war had been posted there. Franz feels uneasy but continues to school. When Franz reaches school, he is surprised the classroom is unusually quiet. Normally, there would be noise, students reciting lessons aloud, desks opening and closing, and the teacher striking his ruler on the table. But that day, everything is calm, almost like a Sunday. He also notices that the village elders, old Hauser, the former mayor, and the postmaster and others are sitting quietly at the back of the classroom. They look sad and serious. This surprises Franz even more. The teacher, M. Hamel, is dressed in his special green coat, frilled shirt, and a little black silk cap. Clothes he usually wears on inspection or prize days. In a gentle voice, he announces, "My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. An order has come from Berlin that only German will be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine." This statement shocks Franz. He suddenly realizes that he will never again learn French in school. The notice he saw at the town hall must have contained this terrible news. Franz regrets. He filled with regret. He thinks about all the time he wasted searching for birds' eggs, sliding on the river Sar, avoiding schoolwork. The French grammar and history lessons that once seemed boring now feel precious. Even his teacher, whom he previously feared because of his strictness and ruler, now appears kind and important. Franz feels sad that he will never see him again. Instead of blaming Franz alone, Hamel says that everyone is responsible. Parents prefer to send their children to work instead of school. Students kept posting their studies. Even Hamel himself admits that he sometimes sent students to water his garden or gave them holidays when he wanted to go fishing. He explains that people always said, "We have plenty of time," but now time has run out. Hamel passionately speaks about the French language. He calls it the most beautiful, clear, and logical language in the world. He urges everyone never to forget it. He says that when people are enslaved, as long as they have hold on their language, it is as if they possess the key to their prison. Language represents identity, dignity, and hope for freedom. The grammar lesson begins, and surprisingly, Franz understands everything clearly. He feels that he has never listened so attentively before. Hamel explains patiently, as if he was to give all his knowledge in a single day. During the writing lesson, new copies are distributed with the words France Alsace beautifully written on them. The classroom is completely silent except for the scratching of pens on paper. Even the youngest students work seriously. Old Hauser, wearing his three cornered hat, holds an old primer and recites the alphabets with trembling voice. He is moved to tears. The entire room is filled with emotion. At noon, the church clock strikes 12. The bugles of Persian soldiers returning from drill sound outside. Hamel stands up pale and emotional. He tries to speak, "My friends, I, but cannot continue." He turns to the blackboard and writes in large letters, "Vive la France." That means, "Long live France." Then, unable to speak further, he gestures to the students that the class is dismissed. The central theme of the lesson is the importance of one's mother tongue, regret for wasted opportunities, language as identity, and freedom, patriotism, the emotional cost of losing cultural rights. In conclusion, the last lesson is not just about a classroom, it is about a nation losing its language, culture, and pride. Through France's experience, the story teaches us to value our language and education while we still have the opportunity. It reminds us that language is more than words, it is the soul of a people. If this helped you today, support me with a like, a share, and a comment. Thank you.